Well, I'm his mother, right, but I'm a bill too.
I have been out of work for the last 4 or 5 months. All of a sudden, she came up with a lawsuit.
He had asked me for a loan just to consolidate things when he was on a break from work, but he's come to actually kind of default on that, even though when I see him buying Gucci a la Rucci, coming in with matching clothes.
The plaintiff, Jacqueline Jackson, you are suing your son, Antoine King, for $5,000 for reimbursement of money loaned and unpaid credit cards. You are also suing a second defendant, Roxana Castillo, for $2,300 for, it says here, unpaid credit card debt. And Roxana, the defendant, you are countersuing for $142 for AAA renewals.
Antoine King, that's my son that lives with me and his other two children that we've been raising together the past 18 or so years. And he had asked me for a loan just to consolidate things when he was on a break from work. But he's come to actually kind of default on that, even though when I see him buying Gucci a la Rucci, coming in with matching clothes. Roxana Castillo, who I've known for many years, she's also the mother of one of my grandchildren, but she's like a daughter to me, and I've done everything for Roxana except give birth. She had needed some monies in order to retain attorney for some business that she needed to take care of. So in the past, she has paid me back. I agreed to do it. But now she's also defaulted.
You haven't been timely in paying back.
I just started back really working like these last 2 weeks, you know, and then the bills all of a sudden came. I have been out of work for the last 4 or 5 months. All of a sudden, she came up with a lawsuit. And as far as me coming in the house with all types of clothes and Gucci and this and that, I think she's getting me a little bit confused with my son.
Jacqueline, what specifically did you loan your son? It was something with credit cards and something in cash.
Part of it was cash. He had a couple of miscellaneous items that he had wanted to, I think, maybe lay away, and he might have been a couple of months behind on his child support, so that was what he had needed cash for. The credit cards, he had had a couple of major car repairs that he had put on the credit cards, the truck that he uses, you know, to get back and forth to work.
The credit card, is that $4,500?
If you look at
and those are
Exhibit
your credit
A,
cards? Those are
yes,
your
my
credit
cards.
cards. And that's Exhibit A.
Also Exhibit B and C.
Was he making monthly payments or?
Yes, he would
or
give
was there
me the cash, and as far as, you know, monthly payments, and I would put it on the card.
But when he was laid off, you would give him some space then, wouldn't you?
But then the payments have not started back. Well, I'm his mother, right, but I'm a bill too.
The first statement that I got said minimum was $25 to $100 a month. So the first statement came around, and I paid a little more than the $25, which I believe the first one I paid was $80.
Why did she loan you the money?
I needed to take care of some legal paperwork with immigration.
You paid back $200.
I paid almost $300. So
Sure.
I continued to pay what I could at the time. I get pulled with a whole contract where it stated that I needed to pay $100 every month. So I signed it, but I went back to what the statement said, which was $25 to $100, and I stayed at the $80 or $50.
There is an addendum to the contract that you signed, and this says, with the loan being $2,500, which it was, the first 15 months interest-free, all of that will be applied to go to the principal, and then the interest will be variable. The plaintiff deems 2 years and 24 months to be a reasonable time to have the loan paid in full. This being said, the loan will come to term and last payment made no later than May 12th, 2022. It doesn't have to be paid in full until May 12th of 2022. On that suit, I would say to Jacqueline, the plaintiff, against her, your suit is not yet ripe. And since it isn't 2022 yet, she's not yet in violation of that particular loan. You both signed an addendum which altered the original terms. You didn't have to sign that, you didn't have to agree to that, but you did. And the change in the original contract says that it will not be due in full until 2022. If you had not added the addendum to the contract, you would be right. But because you did alter the original contract, it now is 2022, it has to be paid in full. Let me now get to your suit against your son. Your suit against your son has validity. This money is owed to your mom, and you're now back to working. She is entitled to the $5,000. For the countersuit, for $142, I'm going to dismiss that.
She accepted it. Okay.
So here we go. On the suit against your son, Antoine, I find for the plaintiff for $5,000. For the suit against Roxana, I find that the suit is not yet ripe, so I will dismiss it without prejudice.